Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Ema English Daily. I'm Ema, and today we're talking about a feeling many people quietly carry.
And I'm Jack. We often read comments saying, maybe I'm too late to learn English, and that thought feels much deeper than language.
Yes, because behind those words there is often regret, fear, sadness, and the feeling that life has already moved ahead without you.
Exactly. And today's conversation isn't only about English, it's about work, dreams, relationships, health, and starting again.
We don't want to tell you to change everything overnight. We simply want to remind you to begin from where you are today.
Even a tiny step matters. Small progress still moves you forward, and every new beginning starts with one simple decision.
Today, we'll learn useful words about change, second chances, timing, dreams, and finding a new direction when life surprises you.
Later, we'll also help you say these ideas in more natural English, so you can share your feelings with confidence and ease.
If you're around B1 or B2 level, this lesson is perfect. If you're A2, just relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the conversation.
Some parts are worth reading again, so after listening, you can review the transcript slowly and practice at your own comfortable pace.
If you've ever believed you were too late to become the person you wanted to be, then this episode was made especially for you.
Emma, I've felt late many times, and the funny thing is, I answered that question almost immediately, without even thinking.
Really, what usually makes you feel that way? Is there something that quickly brings those thoughts back into your mind?
Honestly, it's usually social media. I open it for a minute, and suddenly everyone seems to be achieving something amazing.
People buying homes, changing careers, moving abroad, getting married, or smiling in perfect kitchens that never seem messy.
Yes, and I'm happy for them, but then I look at my own life and quietly wonder if I'm moving forward at all.
Do you truly want everything they have, or do you simply want to feel that your own life is growing, little by little?
I think it's the second one. I just want some proof that my life is changing, even if the change is slow and quiet.
That makes sense, because knowing social media isn't real doesn't always stop us from comparing ourselves with everyone else.
Exactly. I see someone reach an important milestone, and somehow my mind turns their success into a deadline for my own life.
But another person's achievement doesn't decide your future. Their story isn't a clock telling you that you're already too late.
People often say everyone has their own timeline, and while that's true, it doesn't always make the painful feeling disappear.
Sometimes those kind words feel like a soft blanket covering a real wound instead of helping us understand what really happened.
Maybe we lost time, stayed in the wrong place too long, or waited because of fear, but that never means our story is over.
I'm happy we both understand that now, because kind words that ignore the truth may feel nice for a moment, but they never stay helpful.
Exactly. People usually need honest words before comfort, because real healing starts when we face the truth instead of hiding from it.
I agree, but sometimes what we call honesty is really being too hard on ourselves, and we don't even notice we're doing it.
What do you mean? If I say, I failed, I'm too late, or my English is awful, isn't that simply telling the truth?
Only partly. If you haven't practiced English for years, saying, I'm rusty is fair, but saying you'll never improve isn't true.
Right, that second sentence isn't honesty anymore. It's only punishing yourself before you even give yourself another chance to grow.
I catch myself doing that too, not only with English, but also with work, rest, and many small things in everyday life.
Really? I didn't expect that. I thought you always stayed positive and never struggled with those kinds of thoughts.
Not at all. Even when I enjoy a quiet morning, part of my mind says I'm wasting valuable time instead of doing something useful.
That sounds very familiar. Many people believe that voice is helping them, but sometimes it's only making them feel guilty.
Exactly. So I practice saying something kinder, like, it's okay to slow down today. Rest is also part of moving forward.
Do you fully believe those words every time, or are you still trying to accept them little by little each day?
Not every time, and that's completely normal. A better sentence doesn't erase the feeling, but it gives your heart a gentler place to stand.
I really like that idea. It reminds us that change takes practice, and kindness toward ourselves is also something we slowly learn.
There's another thing that bothers me. People say start over as if life becomes brand new with one simple decision.
But real life isn't like that. We keep our old memories, mistakes, and lessons while writing the next chapter of our story.
Exactly. Starting again doesn't erase the past. It simply means adding a new page instead of throwing the whole book away.
That's why the word just can be frustrating. Starting English again or returning to the gym is never as easy as people say.
I remember going back to the gym after a long break. I wore new shoes, picked great music, and felt completely ready.
Then, after only 4 minutes on the treadmill, I was breathing so heavily that it felt like I had climbed a huge mountain.
When I checked the speed, I couldn't stop laughing because the machine was moving so slowly. It was almost welcoming me.
That moment reminded me that beginning again isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, smiling at yourself, and continuing anyway.
Good evening, Jack. Shall we keep today's talk slow and relaxed? Sometimes gentle conversations help us understand difficult feelings much better.
I like that. Just like that treadmill, it felt kind to me, but I still felt embarrassed because I had become much less fit than before.
You looked at yourself and quietly wondered, how did I end up here? I think many English learners ask themselves the same question.
Yes, they return to English after years away and think, why don't I remember this? Or why is this still so difficult for me?
Then shame quickly appears and whispers, "See, you're too late now." That voice sounds very confident, even when it's completely wrong.
Exactly. And that voice can stop people before they even begin again. It speaks loudly, but it never tells the whole truth.
So, what helped you stay at the gym that day? Was there one special moment that suddenly gave you new motivation?
Honestly, no. Nothing dramatic happened. I simply stayed 5 more minutes, kept walking slowly, and accepted that I felt uncomfortable.
I actually love that story because it's real. Most fresh starts aren't exciting movies. They're usually small, quiet, and a little awkward.
That's true. Starting again isn't magic. Sometimes success only means staying a few minutes longer instead of giving up immediately.
The same happens with English. You reopen one lesson, say one simple sentence, make mistakes, and still decide to continue learning.
Those tiny actions don't seem impressive, but after enough days, they become real progress, and that's what truly changes your future.
Another reason people feel left behind is that some old dreams no longer match the person they have become over the years.
Yes, we sometimes outgrow dreams, just like children outgrow old clothes, but emotionally, it often feels much harder than changing clothes.
Sometimes letting go of an old dream feels less like peace and more like quietly accepting that your life has changed direction.
I understand that. For years, I believed being busy all the time meant I was successful and important, so I filled every day.
Then one quiet evening made you realize you didn't actually enjoy living that way, even though part of you still wanted it.
Exactly. I still catch myself making unnecessary to-do lists instead of relaxing, so I have to learn that lesson again and again.
Real change isn't something we finish once. We practice it many times until healthier habits slowly become more natural.
That's also true when people talk about reinventing themselves. It sounds huge, but often it's only changing small daily choices.
Sometimes reinventing yourself simply means saying yes to healthier things and no to things that never truly made you happy.
And when an old dream disappears, it doesn't mean it was foolish. Maybe it helped you through one season before life changed.
So when people say it's never too late, are we always telling the full truth, or does that sentence sometimes need a little more honesty?
I think it needs more honesty. Some exact dreams may no longer be possible, but the deeper reason behind those dreams can still live on.
Can you explain that a little more? I think many listeners feel that, but they may not know how to describe the difference.
Imagine someone dreamed of becoming an Olympic athlete. That path may be closed, but strength, confidence, learning, and coaching can still remain.
So the outside shape of the dream changes, but the deeper purpose inside it can still become part of your future in a new way.
Exactly. We shouldn't pretend nothing was lost. Some opportunities disappear, but that doesn't mean every meaningful possibility disappears too.
I like that because it accepts sadness without removing hope. It gives people something real to hold instead of empty encouragement.
Yes, maybe life won't match the picture you imagined years ago, but you still have many meaningful ways to build a happy future.
Let's think about someone who says, "It's too late for me to learn English." How would you answer them honestly and kindly?
First, I wouldn't tell them to ignore their feelings. Maybe they truly wish they had started much earlier, and that's understandable.
Maybe they feel embarrassed. Maybe they've forgotten many words, and maybe speaking English still feels difficult after a long break.
Then I would ask one simple question. What small thing can you learn today? That question gently moves attention toward progress.
Not the whole language in one day, just one useful sentence, one short lesson, or one small conversation that builds confidence.
Exactly. Real progress isn't dramatic. It's made of many simple moments repeated again and again until they slowly become natural habits.
Life isn't a train that leaves forever without you. It's more like a road waiting for you whenever you're ready to return.
Even if your steps are slow, you're still moving. A slow walk forward is always better than standing still because of fear.
Now let's review today's useful vocabulary. These words will help you speak about life changes, dreams, and starting over with confidence.
Our first word is timeline. It means the order and timing of important events in your life, and everyone's timeline is different.
For example, you could say, "My timeline is different from my friends, and I'm learning to enjoy my own journey without comparing."
Our next word is milestone. A milestone is an important success or meaningful step that shows you've made progress toward a goal.
You might say, "Speaking English for 5 minutes without stopping was an important milestone because it gave me much more confidence."
Our next word is detour. A detour is an unexpected path that changes your direction, but sometimes it teaches valuable life lessons.
For example, "My career took a different detour than I planned, but it helped me discover new skills and new opportunities."
Another useful word is reinvent. It means changing your habits, routines, or direction to create a healthier and happier version of yourself.
You could say, "After a difficult year, I'm reinventing my daily routine by studying English every morning before starting work."
Our final word today is outgrow. It means something once suited your life, but now you've changed and it's time to move forward.
You could say, "I think I've outgrown that dream." It means that dream once fit your life well, but now your heart wants something different.
Or maybe the lifestyle you once wanted no longer feels right, so you can honestly say, I've outgrown the life I used to want.
Our last word today is fulfilling. It describes something that gives you real happiness and meaning, not just success that looks good outside.
For example, you could say, my job isn't perfect, but it feels fulfilling because I enjoy helping people and learning every day.
Or you might say, "I'm trying to build a more fulfilling life," because peace and purpose often matter more than looking successful.
Today's key words were timeline, milestone, detour, reinvent, outgrow, and fulfilling. Each one connects deeply with real life.
These aren't words to memorize quickly. Take your time, read them again later, and think about which one best matches your own journey.
Choose only one word if you like, then make one simple sentence with it. Small practice every day creates strong, lasting confidence.
Remember, The words we use with ourselves matter just as much as the English we learn from books or lessons.
Sometimes the voice inside our head is too critical. It says things like, I'm too late, or my life went the wrong way.
So now, let's make those heavy thoughts sound kinder, more natural, and more honest without pretending the difficult feelings don't exist.
Welcome to Say It Better, where we don't hide emotions. We simply choose words that explain them in a healthier way.
Instead of saying, I'm late in life, try saying, I feel behind, but I'm learning to accept my own timeline.
That version still admits the pain, but it doesn't make your future feel completely closed or impossible anymore.
Another example is, I haven't achieved anything important. That sounds like your story has already reached its ending.
A better sentence is, I haven't reached that milestone yet. That one small word, yet, quietly leaves the future open.
You could also say, I'm still working toward an important milestone, because slow progress is still real progress.
Exactly. Moving slowly is very different from giving up, and it's important to remember that whenever you feel discouraged.
Instead of saying, my life went the wrong way, try saying, my life took an unexpected detour and I'm finding my path again.
That sentence accepts the difficult experience without saying your whole life has been a mistake or complete failure.
If you want a fresh start, don't say, I want to become a completely new person. That sounds too harsh on yourself.
A simpler choice is, I want to make some positive changes, or I'm trying to reinvent my life one step at a time.
Reinventing yourself doesn't mean throwing away your past. It means using what you've learned to build a better future.
And instead of saying, I don't want my old dream anymore, try saying, I've outgrown that dream, but it once meant a lot to me.
That sentence respects your past instead of criticizing it, while also giving yourself permission to choose a new direction.
That's today's message from Ema English Daily. Speak to yourself with honest but kinder words, and let every small step become a new beginning.
Better English isn't only about grammar or vocabulary. It can also help you speak to yourself with more kindness, patience, and understanding.
And don't forget, honest English matters first. You don't need perfect words. You only need words that truly match how you feel today.
Maybe that's the biggest lesson from today's episode. Forget perfection and focus on expressing your real thoughts with simple, honest English.
Even if you're starting again after a long break, every small step still counts, and every lesson moves you a little farther forward.
Especially when progress feels slow, those quiet moments often become the beginning of the strongest and most meaningful changes in life.
Now, we'd really love to hear from you. Have you ever felt it was too late to begin again or chase an old dream?